We'll now start with the panel discussion on the topic, the evolution of product intelligence beyond automation. We have brought together a group of distinguished experts who will share their insights and perspectives on this topic. Please welcome the moderator, Vijaya Annapurna. With nearly 2 decades of experience, Vijaya has worked with renowned companies such as Nokia, Accenture, Intuit, and Harman International. Her career began in the connected space, where she contributed to connecting people, connected cars, and connected lighting. With expertise in program and product management, she is passionate about sustainability. Vijaya firmly believes that collaboration in our interconnected world is essential for creating human-centric and sustainable products. Welcome, Vijaya. I now call upon Prasanna Lohar. Prasanna is an award-winning CXO, banker, industry innovator, fintech influencer, and a startup mentor. Yes, please. He has over 24 years of experience at different levels, including engineering, management, and innovation. He is currently the CEO at Blockstack and also holds various positions such as President at India Blockchain Forum, Director at Association of Emerging Technologies, Future Transformation Advisor for Banking Ecosystem. Prasanna has also been awarded with various leadership awards, including Most Influential Payment Professional, Top 50 CIO, Top 100 Innovative CIO, Digital Leader of the Year, and Top 20 BFSI Leaders. Welcome, Prasanna. I now call upon Srinivasan. Shreyas is the Chief Product Officer of PayTM and CEO of PayTM Insider, an open source hacker turned artist manager, festival producer, box office manager, and ultimately a product manager. Shreyas boasts a multifaceted career journey that is both diverse and rich in experience. His current role demonstrates a flair for product development and leadership, and his past experiences highlight a unique entrepreneurial journey spanning different sectors and roles. Thank you, Shreyas. I now welcome Subrata Santra. With over 2 decades of experience in product management, strategy, design, and product development, Subrata has built high-performing teams that have managed products and that customers love. His passion lies in creating user delight through great design while delivering business results. He has led large businesses, launched new products, and grown established ones. He's a graduate from IIT Kharagpur and also an MBA from CPU USA. He has also won many awards such as Innovation Champion, Star Innovator, and Win Together Leader. He worked with Amazon and Thomson Reuters before joining Intuit. Welcome, Subrata. I now call upon Geetanjali Radhakrishnan. Geetanjali is a dynamic and innovative entrepreneur, founded Adiuvo Diagnostics, a deep tech startup recognized by NASSCOM. With a background in bioengineering and MBA, she founded the company with a vision to reduce the rate of limb amputations, minimize antibiotic misuse, and democratize advanced diagnostics for the underserved populations. Geetanjali holds numerous patents globally, and she's also spearheading Adiuvo's expansion into non-medical applications such as water and agriculture. Geetanjali's remarkable achievements include features in Forbes and prestigious awards such as Women Entrepreneur Awards by Biospectrum and Srimati Chandaben Mohanbhai Patel Award by Vasvik. I welcome you all to the panel. Over to you, Vijaya.
Good morning to everyone. Swati, thank you for the introduction. From autofilling all our forms and checking the automated emails for us sometimes, enabling chatbots, the technology has helped us to evolve to teach machines how to think, self-correct themselves, take corrective decisions. So we just moved beyond just automation, right? Technology has playing a major role in how we live our lives, and intelligent products are playing a vital role in our day-to-day activities. In today's panel, we're going to delve a little more into how these products are going beyond into automation. Subrata, I'll start with you. How do you envision the future of work in managing very focused to taxes, because that's where you work in, as AI becoming more deeply integrated into creative and thinking space of humans?
Hello. Good morning, everyone, and thanks, Vijaya, for the question. So let me start with an observation, right? So you can see every input box in the internet has an LLM behind it, or probably going to have one in next year or so, right? So the way you can think about it is you are actually creating content, original content, with the help of AI that's getting fed into AI to suggest you more content, right? So that's kind of a conundrum that, that's going to be here for coming ages. Now, Vijay, to your question on taxes, and I think one gentleman there asked the IRS versus what Intuit is doing in the tax space, right? I think it's kind of related. So if you look at the tax journey, right, today it's mostly human, right? But there's a journey, and there are a few moments that matter in the journey that we're trying to automate with AI, and we're thinking what can be done beyond AI. For example, when you start filing your taxes, you start filing by yourself, but then as you go through the process, you're not sure whether you're doing it right, you're leaving money on the table, you have a question that you want answers to, right? So you don't know where to go, right? So we have an option where you can actually ask, and the AI, based on all the content that you have, based on your situation, it's going to give you a very personalized answer, for example. So you progress a few more steps, right? But even after that, you're not very sure you're going to be compliant, or you need some expert help, right? So again, we have this AI capability where it can actually, based on your situation, based on your locality, based on a lot of other things, it can actually match you up with a human expert. So that's the way we're currently thinking about tax, right? So we are leveraging the power of AI in a big way, right? Putting the hands of every tax filer. But at the same time, we are giving him or her a gateway to a human expertise at the point of need, right? And that is what's going beyond automation, right? So you can automate a few things, but beyond that, there might be situations where you need human expertise, and we should have those checkpoints in those moments that matter, right? So that's how we are thinking.
Thank you, Subrata. So fill the gaps with the human intelligence is what matters. Thank you. Geetanjali, this is for you. Right, in the past decade or so, working when you started, since the time you started your own startup, what do you think is the groundbreaking experience or significantly forward in diagnostics using product intelligence?
Sure. So I would say one major thing is now everybody is more focused on personalized health. They want to get into the fitness journey very early on, want to ensure that downstream they don't have these diseases like hypertension, cardiac related things, diabetes, which is a very big thing. So one of the major thing that I had seen recently is the continuous glucose monitoring thing, the machine that you attach, and my husband continuously monitors and sees, he's much of a freak, but and what we see is this huge amount of being generated just with that example. And then you start looking at the other ways in healthcare. For example, you've been taking your X-ray, to see if there is any issues with your bone, or let's say you're doing a CT angiography to know how is your blood flow happening. So you have this huge amount of data that's lying there. And then that the doctors are limited and they're always present only in a city. And we have seen time and again that people from villages, tier 2 cities do come at a very late stage, especially in my scenario or the problem statement I'm working on. There's a 2 lakh amputation that happens in India alone. And this is because of, bacteria, fungus, it's everywhere, to put in very simple terms. And then they don't even have footwear to wear, and they don't know what's happening, and they develop these very serious infections, and then they meet a doctor at a very, very late stage in a city. Meanwhile, you get a lot of abuses. For example, you just buy off-the-counter antibiotics. For example, how many times we ourselves have gone and got an antibiotic just for a throat infection. So keeping all this in mind, we have huge amount of data that's lying, and we have expertise that lies only with doctors. The only way you can essentially connect that, ensure that there's faster diagnosis happening, is to automate what they have learned with the existing database and the huge spectrum of data that's available. So that is the great thing that's going on. And moving forward, everybody is focusing on connecting, let's say, smartwatch data, CGM data, their X-rays, their past, all their healthcare things related reports that they have, and ensure that you don't get prescribed unnecessarily, but you have something that's more personalized for you. And that's the way, most of the companies are working towards.
Thank you, Geetanjali. Because when you mentioned about this personal health, right? Our Apple watches, okay, how stressed am I? My heartbeat is, is high or low? Let me balance it out, right? Okay, take a deep breath. It's going to continue.
Right.
Yes.
So that's when a mental health startup comes in. So they give you recommendations on, okay, now this is high. What do you do? And then there is someone else who's with, let's say, Ayurveda. Like my husband works in Ayurveda as well and tries to make it evidence and scientific basis. So you have your ancient methods, and how do you bridge it, right, with what data that you already have? And that's the way the world is going towards, and that's amazing.
Yes, thank you. Prasanna, this is for you. What has been the most surprising? We all like surprises. Although with AI, were there any unintended consequences of integrating AI into the products that you're developing?
Yeah, I think wonderful. So great to be here, and thank you, organizer, for inviting me for this conference. Quite unique, the way we keep going banking conference. This conference talks about product. I think I divide products into three transformation areas: UI side and mid and maybe back, where we have a lot of intelligence and data. And in banking context, most of the products which I build, like mobile banking, internet banking, and the way we see different generations want different experience. Maybe today we have at least 3 to 4 generations sitting in this hall, and if I ask some of them, would you like to open your bank account in 30 days, they will say no, I'm not part of that generation. But some generation will say, yes, I would like to go to the bank branch, sit with that person and really go for that particular product, and then start learning what is mobile internet. So I think surprisingly, what we have seen in a banking ecosystem post ChatGPT moment, or that momentum, while AI was always there, interfaces are going to change heavily. In the sense, while we were so happy with the brick and mortar model, early 90s, I used to go to the SBI bank branch. My father used to give me a sheet to take out the cash, and it used to take at least 3 to 4 hours to take out at least 200-300 rupees. Salaries were less that moment. And today, when I see what I have created as a product, India is one of those first ATM to bring Aadhaar enabled ATM. You don't have to carry your card. You just go and use your Aadhaar, and your cash or any of those transactions can be withdrawn. And the way we have seen banking moved from in a digital banking, internet banking or mobile banking, backed by open banking APIs. So while technology has evolved as a part of a communication media, 2G has become 3G, 4G, the expectation from customer has becoming more and more autonomous or intelligent. So now we are slowly entering an intelligent banking era, and this era is well supported by AI. And AI is, I think, quite normal technology now, considering there are a lot of research is happening, and banks are adopting now newer roles. Like some banks had a chief AI officer before time. But now every bank has a chief AI or a data officer. That's very good to gesture. While it was only EDP or IT department in the banks, now there are various roles specific to technology are coming in. Interfaces are changed from your, I think in 2018-19, every bank has adopted a chatbot onto the internet banking. And it was a pure play question answer kind of a chatbot. It was not so intuitive as the experience the way today we have. And today we can build. Now every bank is now looking at, can I provide a personalized chatbot onto the mobile banking app? So instead of getting into particular menu, we can just voice it out, or we can just have a single screen for any of those transactions. So I think interface, as I said, interface side, lot of innovations will keep happening, and this will be well supported by a lot of back-end technology like AI, or a combination with the blockchain, and with the good competition with the cloud, and slowly edge also becoming interfaces. So I think in one of those experiments which I did in a DCB bank, like many we did, but you enter in a bank branch, I know Mr. So and so has entered. And moreover, I know his bank balance because I know he has given a consent that you can always look at my face and find out who is his identity and trigger API and which will give me on my mobile banking app for a branch manager ki Mr. X has entered. Moreover, if he gives more consent, whether he's happy, unhappy, why you are unhappy, sir? Would you like to have loan? In the sense, I already know he was at some Vijaya sales looking for some laptop, or he was at some real estate looking for some flat. So that kind of a intelligence banking is coming. So AI is enabling your interfaces. So banking the way we have seen, we used to go, come out, take a rickshaw, reach to the branch, or banking is something, take out a mobile phone and do the transaction during traffic or UPI. You can do that. It's a unidirectional banking from here to there. But now how bidirectional banking? While there are some calls keep coming to you, right? Your loan is already available. Bajaj or many people call it, but you can have a personalized notifications now with AI. It's not something generic message comes just because I have a data, some loan is available, but your personalized message, your loan based upon your need and your many more transactions which are available in alternate data, and you have given a consent for that. So this is a 11,000 rupees loan for next 3 days, which is particularly for you. So I think products will change in the banking. Products will change, and a lot of things are happening. I think as a RBI or as a India, we are blessed with a very good regulator. So we keep doing lot of cohorts innovations with fintechs. I think AI is also one of the very, very important aspect. RegTech, which we talk about, which is another aspect where I think we keep hearing PayTM and many more others. But has anybody really thought of, okay, we are so happy to hear some news has happened, but why it has happened was not any first time right product to say that this should not happen. So I think AI blockchain can come and really create that kind of a foundational ecosystem, and whatever rules, regulation, controls like password or keeping the data audit trail, pushing this data at the end of a day to regulator. So all these things will be eased out. So I'm not talking only B2C products, but the kind of operations which we are involved in the banks. So all these operations very, very, very nicely will be eased out to AI. Fraud risk management, how can we have easily detect particular person, he should not do it again. Or there are many processes. If you sit in a bank, you will identify banking is not so easy. The way fintech speak, we are creating another bank. No, it's very, very heavy duty operations. Every operations like opening account, servicing, engaging customer, everything is written first on a paper. It is being advised, approved by all the champions in the bank, maybe compliance officers, CISOs, IT heads, and so on. Then actual product work starts. Imagine, right? Now then that is why we collaborate with the fintechs with the ease of things. So I think it's not only innovations on the front side we typically see for end-to-end users with good UI UX, and today UI UX may be mobile, tomorrow it will be IoT, your cars, or will do transactions, or maybe it will be metaverse. But in the back end, we need to have a right engine, right architecture. I think AI brings that lot of a stability while it's still progressing, still evolving. But there are some things are literally available now, chat GPT or chat bots, or to search a particular circular. Like there is a process, right? You have to search a particular circular from RBI, so many thousands of circular, and this branch manager used to take half hour or maybe 3 hour, 4 hour. Now at Union Bank, what we are doing, where I am advising, search a circular within a 10 seconds is available. Right? You just have to put a prompt, and it out of those gigabytes or terabytes of data of so many years, it comes and shows. Now it's what is the challenge here now? Technology is there, service providers are there, but which are those top priority use cases? I cannot keep investing AI everywhere, but it makes sense. As a center of excellence and guidance to the banks, they need to understand which are top 4 use cases for this quarter, followed by top 4. That's the challenge today to really bring on, because eventually we can transform everything automated banking. May not require CTO. We can have a digital twin of that, but it will take its own time. There are other aspects also. How do we bring on data integrity, DPTP, and many more other regulations to take care of data, because AI plays more onto data side. I think we'll discuss further more. Yeah.
Thank you. So when we mentioned about the Gen Z, which says that, hey, I just want everything just like that, I still belong to generation, if I do not talk to a human, I still have problems. I still want to go to a bank or somebody to come home and then feel that, right? Okay, thank you. Shreyas, for you. How does AI-driven personalization products affect the relationship between brands and consumers? And I'm very keen to know from the music point of view, because that's where you spend really, really good amount of time. Please help us there.
Thank you. First of all, it's been a difficult month for us. So this is a good break, right? So it's a good break to get away before I get back to work. I have a slightly contrary view, okay? And I have seen a few of these cycles. I saw the Web 2 cycle, I saw the mobile cycle, now there's an AI cycle. In every cycle, the etymology of the words we define the cycle with matter a lot. The word everyone uses for AI today is co-pilot. Ever wonder why it's not pilot? Right? Somebody who built it thought this is not good enough to be a pilot today. Right? And they are telling you, right? And this is everyone who built this is telling you, listen, I want you to not think of it as a pilot. I want you to think of it as an aid for you to be more efficient. And that sort of thinking, I think, we need to be a bit pragmatic. I have done personalization for a long, long time in my life, right? Like we have 114 million customers. We try to do personalization very hard. At Insider, we had 30 million customers. We try to do personalization really hard. Personalization is a bit of a red herring, right? And it's a red herring because no business really ever personalizes for the customer. And think about it. Every business is personalizing for the business. They're not really personalizing for you, which is why search is free, because when it comes to search, you are the product, right? Because they're trying to sell advertising. So we are going to see a big duopoly happen, and that's where I think paid products and I like the model of ChatGPT being premium, because we will have an era of personalization which is sort of forked out. There'll be a personalization which is business driven, where you're using a product or a service where the personalization offered to you is the personalization which is preferable for the business. And then there's going to be a personalization you pay for, who is a personalization which truly looks out for your interest, right? And that fork in the road has to come. And I think there'll be a lot of debate about how data gets shared between those two personalization, because you still generate a lot of data which is not accessible to every different system. Like somebody was talking about account aggregator, right? Like there's a bunch of great frameworks now where the government says, hey, listen, every transaction in your financial trail is now available to you to be shared with someone, right? With full consents, with the regulations on how much time you can have access to, and etc. So I think it's about time that the AI generation allows each one of us to take more control of our data and decide who we share with it. And we understand AI agents who work for us and who work for someone else.
I really like that perspective. I was talking to Geetanjali, are we really overselling AI? But looks like you're really told it's not about personalization, there's a business. End of the day, that's what it matters.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of great stories, right? If you ever go back, and I do this a lot, if you go back to read all the newspaper articles around 6 months after we figured out the double helix structure of the DNA, right? Almost everyone said in the next 10 years, we will figure out everything because we know how the DNA works. And it's like combinations are very evident, right? We have so many combinations possible in the DNA. Then in the next 6 years, we suddenly figured out every outcome, right? Whether you bite your toenails, you bite your nails, whether you're eligible, you can get a disease, is a combination of so many factors outside of your DNA. So even today, we can't heuristically say the outcome of a kid based on the parents' the parents' DNA. So I think we'll see a bunch of that. There are no prescribed outcomes. Anyone who simplifies saying I have 30,000 data points and I can tell you this is the definite outcome really is oversimplifying the problem.
Thank you for that.